Hello, Divine Collective. It's Kayla here. And today I want to talk about my experience with a Reiki healer. Okay, so I actually went yesterday, but this is not my first time going to like a Reiki healing. I've probably been like maybe like twice, but it was like a group thing. It was like something that was going on in Richmond. And it was free, like it was donation based, and literally like they do a sound bath, and then they had some Reiki healers that came around and would do like some Reiki work and all that stuff. But when I went yesterday, okay, back up, Moo Moo. But when I had went yesterday, I went to one where you pay for it, and it's just specifically. Sorry, y'all. Back up, Moo Moo. And it's just specifically for you, right? So it's not like a group of people, like literally it's you in a room with somebody and they're doing the Reiki healing. So one, I wanted to make this video so that I can keep track of everything that she told me. And two, also to kind of open people's eyes to what exactly Reiki healing is and giving it a different light, a different perception, okay? But literally, if you don't know what Reiki healing is, it's when people use their hands, they use energy, and they use crystals to help like blockages and just get your energy back together, okay? And when I say that I feel amazing, I feel amazing. And I don't know why, but over the past like week or so, I have just felt like so heavy. Like it just felt like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel like it was a collective thing. I don't know. But I felt just so heavy. Like I just felt like even to the points where my dreams were being affected. Like I had these very heavy dreams and it felt like everybody was against me, and like I don't know, it was just probably me just going against myself. But literally, like, Luna, back up, Moo. Okay, we're gonna have to go down. But yeah, but after like doing like the frick, I need to slow down. After doing the Reiki healing, like literally I feel so much better. Like so much better. But basically, I came in, and it was my first time with her. I went to Divine Spark in RVA, and the girl that I worked with was Emma, and she was just amazing. Like, first, we sat there and we talked about what exactly I'm here for, what exactly I'm looking for, what exactly she's picking up on, and all this different stuff, right? And people are intuitive. People feel, people sense things. I have, Luna, there are people with certain gifts and abilities. I believe that because I am one of them. So, of course, I'm going to believe what she's saying because sis is on point. Okay. And plus, I have like this power of knowing, or this feeling. Like, I'm not going to sit here and go into it. Maybe that's a whole other video. But like understands like, right? We are alike. We understand each other. We finish each other's sandwiches. Okay. Not sandwiches legit, but if you know, like the finish each other's sandwiches from, what was that, Elsa and Anna from Frozen? Yeah, that's what it is. But yes, so basically we went in there. I went in there. We talked. I kind of told her like I've been feeling like very heavy lately. I feel like I've just kind of been all over the place. I've been in my mind a lot. Like, and I feel like it's blocking my creativity. I feel like when it comes to making videos, when it comes to doing content and doing other stuff, it's just like I feel like there's this kind of like block. Don't know how to explain it, but I just felt it, right? So literally lay down on the table. She did like a little sound thing. It was like, and then I calm my body. And of course I meditate. I try to do it every day. I don't do it every single day, but I at least do it 3 to 4 times a week. So I know how to get myself into a meditative state. So once I got there, it was like I could like, I don't know, I was just extremely relaxed. And all I heard was her like walking around, putting crystals on me, writing stuff down. You know what I mean? And there were a few times where certain things to come up. So literally I'm in a meditative state. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just there, right? And the first thing that came up was I was at some waterfall. Don't know, but we'll see, because maybe it'll be the same waterfall I see when I go to Bali. I don't know. But I was at this beautiful waterfall, and I remember just jumping into the water. Like, I just felt so free, And then I remember I went to another place. I went to a place that I always go to. Like, anytime I meditate, anytime I relax, I created like this place in my mind. And it's like this huge grass area. There's like a little stream, a lake, and there's like one tree, and then it eventually expanded. Like after a year of visualizing this place, it's like my calm down place. I can turn my head now and see my dream house like in the back. Don't tell me how, but yes, like I know that this is gonna be my home, my land that I live. It's just, yeah. But So I went to that place too as well. And there was one more place that I went to, but I don't remember, which is why I'm making this video, because I want to be able to keep track of everything. But yes, so some things when I told you that she was writing, sis was writing me some notes, okay? So I'm going to read some of those notes to you. So one of them was, I literally made a video on this, which is so funny, but literally writing stuff down. I have so many different ideas in my head, like things that haven't been done, haven't been created, things that I want to do. And literally like, it's just scrambling up here all the time. And I feel like it clouded my brain. I feel like to the point where it makes me not want to do anything because there's 10,000 things I want to do. You get what I'm saying? Could be ADHD, ADD, I don't know. But literally, she was like, write down your ideas to offload your brain, okay? So literally, when I got home yesterday, I did exactly that. I literally wrote everything down. And after I wrote it down, it didn't even seem like that much. Like, I felt like it was way more in my head than it was once I put it on paper. And then also she said, it was very interesting because I felt this. She said that I'm all over the place. Okay, so of course we have the spiritual realm, right? And then we have the earthly realm. So you have to, of course, be grounded within the earthly realm so that you're not just floating in the spiritual realm like all over the place, right? Literally thinking you're outside of the, you know what I mean? It's this whole thing. So literally she said, Kayla, you're floating. She was like, your creativity is so far out of your body, but like my mind is in the spiritual realm, right? So I'm in the clouds, but I need to come down and I need to ground a little bit more. So of course I ground and I walk every single day, but she explained to me what I could do to expand on that. So she said to pull my energy from my crown to the root and then into the ground, right? So visualize a stream going down my head through and rooting myself into the ground, right? So I'm outside. Send crisscross applesauce, okay? And I imagine the roots planting into the ground, grounding myself. And then I imagine this golden light coming from the universe, the spiritual realm, coming down within me, flowing within me, going into the ground. And I'm like building these big, strong roots. And don't get me wrong, it took me time. Like it took me a hot minute to create those roots. Like, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, my roots aren't moving no more. Let me see if I can pull more from here. And like, after doing that whole meditation and after the whole Reiki healing, I feel like so grounded. It's so weird because I thought I was grounded before. No, but this is extra grounded. Like I thought I would trust and allow the universe before. Oh no, I'm letting it listen. Kayla's not stressing about nothing, okay? Everything always works out and it will continue to work out. That Reiki healing is exactly what I need, okay? Also, too, I started going live on TikTok. That has been blowing up, okay? I can't even tell you how many followers I've gained just by going live. And I just do oracle pulls, not tarot. Okay, there's a difference. I'm just doing oracle pulls and literally like helping so many different people, communicating with so many different people, giving people advice and stuff like that. And that's what I love to do. That's what I want to continue to build on in my future. So of course, YouTube is cool and all, but I want to meet y'all in person. I want to see y'all in person. I want to talk to y'all in person. So that's why I have other things in the works, which I'm not going to speak about until I'm doing, that I want to do to be able to do that, to be able to meet y'all, to be able to talk to y'all, to be able to, you know, help people through this journey called life. You know what I mean? Because it can be ghetto out here. But she was just telling me to protect myself and she also thinks that that's also why I've been feeling so all over the place, because when you're tapping into other people's energy too as well, it can throw yours off. So she was like, you need to protect yourself. She was like, what are you doing to protect yourself before you go on live? I'm like, nothing. You know, so that's definitely something I'm going to start implementing. And yeah, because it's very important. And then she also said to know that each app has its own energy, okay, which is very important. So use discernment to decide how best to protect yourself. So you may protect yourself on TikTok differently than the way that you do on YouTube, okay? And that's for like my super spiritual people, my people that are doing practices, that are doing certain things. It's very important to protect yourself. Now, if you have no clue anything about that, don't worry about it, okay? But yes, you have to protect yourself, especially when you're going into these different spaces and in these different places. Like, we are very spiritually in tune, so we have to be able to protect our peace. Like, we really do, because we can get all out of whack. Kayla was all out of whack, but guess what? I'm back in alignment, and I feel better than ever. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, maybe you could see the glow. I feel the glow. Maybe you can see the glow, but like when I say Emma got me right, Emma got me right. Okay, I told her I'm coming back once a month. And then also she said that my throat chakra was a little muddy. which is okay. But she said that she picked up on be loud and be proud. And that's something that I am working on, which is why I have this YouTube and which is why I'm doing Instagram and which is why I'm doing lives too as well. Because for years I have thought this way. For years I've had this mindset, but I just wouldn't tell people. I just wouldn't say anything because I haven't met anybody else. I'm not going to say that. I'm not constantly around people that have the same mindset, that think the same way. You know what I mean? So, sometimes you don't want to say how you feel because you know that you're going to be met with this negative energy. And then how do I prove what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I just know, I just go by feeling. But now guess what? I don't care. I'm speaking loud and proud, and whoever doesn't like it can exit my life because I don't want you here anyways. Because Kayla's going to say what she wants to say. And yeah. Okay. So it said that a little bit of embarrassment over the life change. She put question mark or discomfort, maybe question mark, which I could definitely see that because when you are putting yourself out there, there's like a different like mindset shift that you have to go through, like being okay with being seen, being okay with being criticized, being okay with people seeing you and understanding you, pieces that you have chosen to hide, pieces that you didn't want people to see or, are now out there, right? So then sometimes, yes, there can be these little brief feelings of embarrassment or change, but that's something I'm constantly working to rewire. So anytime I think that, I'm like, no, I don't think that. Like, no, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You're reaching the people that you need to reach. Like, if you don't say what you're saying, it's going to be even worse because you're not helping who you need to help. And I'm here to be a vessel. Okay? So if I'm not doing my job, then what am I doing? And at the end of the day, God will continue to send me like-minded people, will continue to send me people that are open to changing their life, open to believing something a little bit differently than what they've been told. And, because it's time for evolution. Okay. It's time to evolve. Okay. Apparently my heart chakra said, let go of shame, right? Tied into it, right? To let go of shame. And that I feel like was tied to something else that happened like years and years ago. That I am continuing to try to let go, and sometimes it just takes time. So, but that was like, as soon as she said that, I thought of the exact situation. I'm like, yeah, like at the end of the day, it wasn't my fault. Like there was nothing I could do. I did all that I could do, and that's all I need to keep telling myself. But I'm not going to go into detail about what it was about. But yes, she was saying I should work on doing some more belly breaths, which I don't do. So I can definitely see why I need to do more belly breaths to continue to ground myself. And then she said my sacral chakra had an overwhelming sense of love. So she said, follow passions rooted in love. That will make you feel proud. And also she said that will make your ancestors feel proud. Okay, when I say my ancestors communicate with me all the time, they communicate with me all the time. Okay, not in the sense of, Kayla, what are you doing down there? But through signs, through signals, through people, so that like really felt good. That really felt good. Because I know I'm meant to be talking to people. I know Luna done scratched up my doggone calendar. So I'm just looking down. But, I'm meant to help people. I'm meant to talk. I can't even tell you how many people told me, you have a voice for podcasts. Your voice is so relaxing. You know what I mean? I'm meant to use my voice, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do to continue to build to where I want to be. And then she said, faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust, right? And it's so crazy because I always say all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed, okay? And literally that's what she's saying. Like literally all you need is faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust, okay? And when I say I put that in practice, I put that into practice. And it's like now I know, even though I knew I was going to be successful, it's like now I know it. Now I know it. Like literally words just can't even explain. So yes, whatever blockage was there, sis removed it. Also, when I got home, I did the work that she said, okay? Because I want to have an active change in my life. So I'm going to take the advice of people that are trying to help me, because I want to change. So I'm putting in the work, right? So I was outside meditating, and I did my meditation where I'm bringing my energy in, right? Because she said a lot of my creative energy is outside of my body. It's kind of floating around, which is why it is difficult for me because I have the ideas, but having the drive, because of course you have to push yourself to do anything, but it's just like, I can't even tell you, it just felt like an energy block when it came to me trying to do these things. But once I brought my energy back in to me, like Like doing that, listen, I'm telling you, I'm making this video today. Okay, so this is not me making this video to tell you to go see a Reiki healer right now. No, I feel like wherever you're at in your journey, whether that be a spiritual journey or a life journey, you know, if you feel called and compelled to, or if the opportunity approaches. And the thing is that I didn't go seeking for a life coach. Okay, I mean, not a life coach, frick, for a Reiki healing, right? No, literally, I was on live the last time I was on live, and I was talking to this lady, and she was telling me about this Reiki healer or Reiki healing and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I would love to do like a Reiki healing, like an individual one. The next day, I kid you not, I'm on Instagram. Mind you, I was on live on TikTok. I was on Instagram. And this Instagram, Divine Spark RVA, right? I hope I'm getting the name right. Follow me on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's so crazy. And they do Reiki healing and sound baths and stuff. I was like, wow, like I was just talking about doing it. But mind you, I was in Charlotte for like 9-10 days. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be back home. So I'm like, you know, we'll see. So as the days went by, literally like the Instagram page keeps liking my stuff, liking my story, liking my posts and stuff like that. I'm like, you know. So then I got back home to Virginia, and literally like they had liked my story. They had liked something else. And I was like, let me go on this page and like look at the prices and look at all that stuff and see what they had to offer. So I went up there, and it was yesterday. It was yesterday, which was also Juneteenth. I literally went up there and I clicked on it, and then I saw like a list of different people, and I was like, okay. And then I saw one that was Emma. Mind you, my second cat was named Emma. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go with Emma. And then I looked at her picture. It was like this blue person meditating, and my favorite color is blue. You know what I mean? It's just like intuition is not that difficult. It's like whatever you feel like calls you. Okay. So literally I clicked on Emma, and I saw that she had one appointment. She didn't have another one till next Friday, but she had one that day. And yesterday was Friday, which was also Juneteenth, and she had one at 12. Mind you, it was like 9:30. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going. So literally I booked the appointment, and then I did whatever I needed to do, and then I was on the way there. Mind you, I get a lot of signs and signals from my ancestors, those that came before me. And a lot of times when I'm driving, one of the signs that I like to see is like a red car, right? And it's not always just like, oh, a red car, there they go. No, it's not always like that. It'll be 4 at a time. It'll be 4 in one cluster. It'll be like 5 in one cluster. Or it'll be like a big red truck. You know what I mean? So it's not like specifically just one car. Oh, that's my, no, it's like a whole collective. Like I literally see 4 red cars back to back to back. Literally. So I'm driving, I'm almost there. And I see this big, huge, like, you know, like those pedophile vans, like those, you know, with no windows and stuff, like those long vans. Literally, I saw one and it was red. Right? Of course, no windows. You have the 2 front windows, and the rest of it was red. Mind you, I've never seen a van like that. Never. Had no logo, no nothing on it. I was like, show me one more. Show me one more. You know, I'm driving. 1 minute later, there's another van exactly like that van at the light. Okay? And then once I got there and I was inside and I was sitting down, I just had this feeling of this is where I'm supposed to be right now. This is where you know what I mean? Like, just following the intuition, following my signs, okay? And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because I feel like every time I do that, it just keeps getting greater, better. If great is not a word, I don't know. It just keeps getting better and better, you know? So, yes, I don't know if y'all see the glow, but I feel it. Like, now it's really about to turn up, okay? We about to go to another level, okay? So, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. And yes, because when I say things about to turn up, things about to turn up, okay? And I'm working on bringing a few more things into my life. So once I have mastered that and got it in, I cannot wait to come up here and tell y'all. But it's in the works. I feel it. I know it. Okay. And then also next month. What's today? Today's the 20th. Okay. Almost a month. I'm going to Bali. I'm going to Bali for this spiritual retreat, which I'm so excited for. And I feel like this is going to continue to help me push. Okay, you have to be in the right mindset, the right energy. You have to be in alignment to what you were trying to receive in order to receive it. And listen, baby, I'm almost there. Okay, I feel it. Nobody can tell me different. Okay, nobody. And this is the same confidence that you need to have for yourself. Okay, this is why you say affirmations. This is why you make declarations, because you're not just saying it to saying it. You're saying it to trick your mind and retrain your mind to believe that you should receive it. Once you believe it, once you see it in your head, then you believe it, then you will receive it. Okay? That's the order that it goes in. Okay? So, yeah. All right, Divine Collective, I'm so glad that y'all stuck out with me to the end, and I hope that this kind of helped resonate in some shape, form, or fashion. And yeah, if you're thinking about doing Reiki or anything, feel free to comment, anything like that, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.